G-Sick Boy here, back for another video. So, have you ever been wondering, what do logos mean? Or like, is it just messing with your head or something? Oh really? I've been wondering too. So that's why we're looking at this YouTube video today. So, hope you enjoy. So, here we go.
Do you ever feel bombarded by logos left, right, and center? Everywhere you look, companies are constantly fighting for your attention. And they do this by creating interesting idents that you immediately associate with their products. At first glance, most of these are just fun or colorful emblems. But when you look a little deeper, some of them reveal creatively hidden features that
Dominos
you probably
Netflix
never noticed before.
So
grab your glasses, because it's time to take a good look at the hidden meanings behind the logos you see every day.
But I don't see them every day.
Domino's Domination. I bet that just by looking at the iconic Domino's pizza logo, many of you started salivating at your screens. But when you think about it, what does a classic game of Domino's have to do with pizza? Well, it turns out...
Oh, whoops. Sorry. Clicked the wrong button. I'll just go back to where I was.
Do with pizza? Well,
So
it turns out it doesn't. Back in the 1960s, Dominic's Pizza Restaurant had to be renamed following a buyout by American entrepreneur Tom Monaghan. But he wasn't allowed to use the existing name. And at the time, he didn't have the money to hire million-dollar marketing experts. So, he began asking his employees for suggestions. That's when a pizza delivery boy threw the name Domino's out there, and Monaghan liked it. It was similar to the old name, it was easy to remember, and Monaghan had an excellent idea for the future logo. The square shape on both sides of a domino looked like pizza boxes, and the 3 dots would represent the first 3 Domino's restaurants to open. The original plan was to add a new dot every time a new outlet opened, but the business started to grow so quickly that they soon left that idea behind. And thank God they didn't go through with it. Otherwise, that super simple logo would be made up of around 17,200 separate dots today. Netflix is on a roll. Netflix wasn't always the streaming powerhouse we know and found out back in 1997 as a DVD rental company, nearly 10 years
DVD,
before the
that doesn't make
first iPhone
sense.
was invented. Back then, its logo was an old-school film reel separating the words net and flicks, making it pretty clear that this was some kind of internet-based film ordering service. But as technology began to change, Netflix shifted their focus from DVD delivery to online streaming. Their logos began to change with the times, and
I read the last one, even though it's the original
universally identifiable
one.
icon,
The first one was pretty cool
just
though.
let its name
I also
do all
like the purple one.
Obviously, this bold branding worked, as they're now the largest streaming service in the world with over 203 million subscribers worldwide. But
that should be
it's
YouTube.
clear they haven't forgotten their origins, thanks to something incredibly subtle they included in their 2014 logo updates. While they're big enough to be identified by the single red letter N, there's more to this letter than meets the eye. The 2 duller red lines crossed with a brighter red line resembles a ringlet of old film reel. A lot like the one their old purple and black logo started out with. I guess you could say that, despite all their success, Netflix are keeping it real. The Twitch glitch. Live streaming has become one of the most popular forms of online entertainment today. But the king of all these streaming services is the one and only Twitch. In January 2021,
I thought it would be
I thought 2 billion hours of content were watched on its platform, where streamers broadcast everything from video games to real-time chats with their virtual audience. But as well known as it is today, not many people know where that little purple mascot thing comes from, or even what it is. To figure this out, let's rewind 10 years to when Twitch, then known as Twitch TV, was first launched. Back then, it was marketed as the world's largest competitive video gaming network, found exclusively on the URL twitch.tv. Its logo was gray with a rock bandish type font, designed to resonate with old-school gamers. But as esports and gaming became more and more popular around the world, Twitch began to thrive. by 2012, they had a whopping 20 million visitors a month. It was so large that the TV part of their name
I don't
had
even
become
watch
redundant, and so they
Like, I think
renamed the
YouTube is
service,
fine.
quite simply, to Twitch. They updated their logo to a custom redundant, and so they renamed the service, quite simply, to Twitch. They updated their logo to a custom typeface that was reminiscent of a retro gaming aesthetic, but they also added in this icon, which has its own name. It's called Glitch, and it's the company's shorthand way of saying Twitch. The shape is an upgrade of the old TV emblem, which you can see now incorporates the
Yeah, you
tail
can
of a
actually see
new
that,
age chat
kind
box.
of. Look at it for a moment, and now I'll reverse back to here.
And it's the company's
Wait,
short
no. Here.
so large that the TV
See, now look at the TV logo. I know, after you look at it for a while, you can see it, but not really.
part of their name had become redundant, and so they renamed the service, quite simply, to Twitch. They updated their logo to a custom typeface that was reminiscent of a retro gaming aesthetic, but they also added in this icon, which has its own name. It's called Glitch, and it's the company's shorthand way of saying Twitch. The shape is an upgrade.
How
of
does
the
this
old
guy
TV
find out about
emblem,
these?
which you can see now incorporates the tail of a new age chat box icon. Chat boxes are features that allow the audience to interact directly with the streamers, which is a huge part of Twitch's appeal. This
That's
emblem
pretty
evolution
cool.
was a huge hit with Twitch's user base, so much so that fans even began getting tattoos of the glitch. Then, in 2014, Twitch was
They got tattoos of Twitch? That's weird.
for a staggering $970 million.
That is
But the
so much.
iconic logos have only undergone a few small tweaks to their colors and design. Clearly, Amazon knows that if it ain't broke, don't fix it. The smart Sony Vaio. When you think about some of the product placement in the James Bond film franchise, most people remember the logos of fancy cars, expensive watches, and premium vodka. Shaken, not stirred, obviously. Although, there's one in 2006's Casino Royale that looks a little out of place. The Sony Vaio laptop is used in plenty of shots of Bond plotting some serious espionage, hacking into things, and replying to some very important emails. But its name and logo looks so cryptic that I reckon even Bond would have a hard time cracking this code.
So yeah, I'm thinking to go after this, the logo thing after this, and then we're gonna move on to a different video.
Very important emails. But its name and logo looks so cryptic that I reckon even Bond would have a hard time cracking this code. Thankfully, its designer, Dayu Goto, offered up this information
It
freely.
looks like Elon Musk. This isn't an ad in my video.
Originally stood for Video Audio Integrated Operation, which, seeing as VAIOs were first created as desktop computers back in 1996, is a reference to their original design. And the logo subtly and cleverly represents this as well. The V and A portion of that insignia is made up of an analog audio sine wave, and the I and O represent the ones and zeros of video's digital binary code. Side by side, this reflected the incorporation of the two computing technologies within a single device, and it still looks as stylish today as it did 25 years ago. The logo, that is, not the old mechanized cinder block. Phenomenal.
So yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Sub, like, hit the bell, and goodbye. Chasic Boy out.